What up, guys? Listen, man. The day after, the day after thoughts, the next day, what goes on from here? Guys, it's your boy T. Was Blazing Sports. We're back at a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers. This work, is this on? What is going on? Okay, we're working. Looks like it's about a minute behind. Shout out to Purpose Driven Life Sports and Gaming. Awesome stream last night. Thank you, man. Look, I am telling you this. I was shocked. I was shocked. It was crazy. It was crazy. Whenever you have a victory and a loser, you always got, well, half the crowd is more, yes, yes. And the other crowd's like, what the fuck happened, right? Like, they're holding their heads like, what happened? Like, pinching themselves. Is this a nightmare? If I wake up with it, will this night has actually happened? And guys, listen, I woke up and it happened. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Deontay Wilder taking on but Tyson Fury in a rematch. Abdul Terrell says, got sleepy last night, stopping in, eating my crow. Guys, listen, a lot of us ate crow last night. I'm going to show you guys something. Matter of fact, I want to show you guys what I thought started everything all off. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. It's what started everything off. The third round. The third round, guys. Listen, but first of all, let me take my hats off to Tyson Fury. A lot of time when people come out and they tell us, I'm going to walk him down, or I'm going to stick and move, I'm going to trade blows, that's not what they do. Unless they was proven to have been doing that throughout their career, we don't believe it. Tyson Fury done everything he said. He got bigger. He got stronger. From second one, he was pushing forward for a knockout. And in the third round, he almost got that knockout. But, guys, if you think about that fight last night, think about the similarities with that fight and Anthony Joshua fight with Andy Ruiz. Think about it, right? Think about it, right? Andy Ruiz got hit with a shot. Not Andy, but Anthony Joshua got hit with a shot by Andy Ruiz. Right here. Remember? Andy hit him like this here. Dunk. In the third round, guys, think about this. Think about this. Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz. The first two rounds was, The third round, Andy hit him with a donkey shot, like kind of one of those, boom, hit him right here, right? And ever since that shot in the third round, Joshua wasn't able to recover. His corner said they knew he had a concussion from how he looked in the corner. The fight was stopped in the seventh round for Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. Let's fast forward to last night. First couple rounds I gave to Wilder. I thought there was close rounds, but I thought Wilder did just enough to get him. But the third round, what happened in the third round? Fury threw like a slapping jab and an overhand right that hit Wilder right here. Right here. And ever since that shot in that third round, Wilder couldn't recover. Think about it. His ear was bleeding. How often do we see somebody ear bleeding in a boxing match? Instantly I said, His eardrum is busted. Guys, with that single shot, Wilder this what is killing me. Equilibrium. God dog it, T-Dub. Get it right. It was off that rest of the night. Think about it. He was like this. He was done. He never could recover. And think about this. With his eardrum most likely busted, Fury targeted, landing shots, never letting him get out of that phase, keeping him punch drunk to the 7th round. Anthony Joshua got hurt by Andy Ruiz in the 3rd round, got stopped in the 7th round. Wilder got hurt by Fury in the 3rd round, got stopped in the 7th round. I'm going to get you guys' thoughts on this, man. Okay, hold on. Okay, I see some over here. Okay, Street LA says, T-Dog, what's up? What it do? Better yet, what it does. Eric says, bro, did Deontay get his equilibrium knocked off balance last night? What happened? Bro, yeah. Listen, I'm going to try to show you, bro. Hold on. Let me see if I can look it up. I'm going to show you guys the punch. Give me a second. All right, let's go to my channel. Let's do this. Let's go to it's not like, what is, guys, I wish I knew how to work this better than I do. I should. Save playlist. Joshua. All right, let me try something else. I want to show you guys the punch, man. I'm looking it up. Wilder versus Fury. Let's do highlights. Because ESPN posted something. Let's do this. Guys, man, I'm going to have to say this, man. For me being a Deontay Wilder fan, that was like, it was heartbreaking, man. It was heartbreaking. Just like when the UK people saw Joshua get beat, you can imagine that they were like, damn, no, not to this guy, right? I wasn't feeling like, at least not to this guy with Fury, because I always admit it. I said, listen, Fury is a top dog. God, listen, I said it over and over last night. I said, even though I am picking Wilder to beat Fury, Fury is no joke. Fury is a fighter. Here we go, guys. I found it as soon as it loads up. Man, I'm going to show it to you. But what happened last night, it wasn't like Wilder lost. You know, he didn't just lose. He got beat up. And it's the way you can compare it is like a sober man who knows how to fight fighting a drunk man, right? That maybe know how to fight, but he's drunk. Everything is off. And the reason I say that is when Wilder got hit with that shot, bust his eardrum, had all this swollen, ear leaking. And the one thing that Wilder showed was the heart of a lion, of a tiger. Because, guys, listen, Gerald Washington fought Charles Martin to fight before that. I thought George Washington gave it up faster than the 1 minute man. Gerald Washington went out there, fought a little bit. George Martin hit him a little bit. Then Gerald Washington gave up, right? Quicker than the 1 minute man. Trust me, she don't like that. And when it comes to Deontay Wilder, he was hurt. He experienced something he never experienced. Not in the Stavern fight, not in the Fury 2 fight, not in the Ortiz fight. Fighting when everything is off and your balance is off and everything. Listen, once your equilibrium is off, it's it. It's over. Unless you are fighting somebody else who have their equilibrium off and both you guys out there looking like you spent the round on a bet 10 times and say, okay, now run 40 yards. It's a matter of time. Why is this not working? Hold on, let me. It's just spinning and spinning. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I got it right here. I'm going to slow it down. You know how they try to copyright you. You know what I'm saying? Speed. Bam. Set it up. Make sure the light on. Okay. Bam. All right. Can we see that? Right? Up. Hold on. Up, down, up, down. Okay. Let's see. It's in slow motion. Wait for it. Wait for it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch the left. That's the left hand. Watch the right hand. Back of the head. Back of the head. That's why Wilder lost his footing like that. Look again. Look again. Look again. Watch where the punch is. Wait for it. Watch where the shot is. Look, what? Bam! Listen, guys. That shot hit Wilder. Boom! And ever since he got hit with that shot, remember, Joshua got hit with a very similar shot. Similar. And he couldn't recover. Guys, it's crazy. Wilder and Joshua went through some of the similar things. They both was traumatically hurt in the third round, and both the fight was stopped in the seventh round. Now that we are here, that we are back at like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work, where the hell is Lola? Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I told her she can go out a little bit. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. T-Dub, can I go out with the girls? Go out with the girls. Don't come home at 3:30 in the morning. Now she's still sleeping on the job. Lola, wake up. There she go. All is forgiven. Lola came out last night, guys. She knew she was in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We know. We know. But let's go to the chat, man. That was a shot. That was a shot right there, guys. Breanna Smith, AJ, and Fury needs to happen. Bro, yeah. We're going to talk about all of it, man. Wilder needs to think. Wilder was falling down, and there was like a taller Fury wrecked his. Man, you talking smack. Dilo 4, what's going on, champ? You talking smack? Dude, I saw the adjustment that AJ could make in his rematch. I don't see any adjustment. Wilder what do you say? I'll talk about it. Von D Gaming, guys. Check out my boy Von D Gaming. Just reached over 1,000 subscribers. Check out the Von D Gaming. Best gaming channel out here, hands down. Fury just looked like he was in a different weight class. Okay. Trigger Happy J, what's cracking, homie? What's going on, King? Much love, brother. Sleeping on the job. Salute, you know, man. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Here is the biggest discussion that I've been hearing, right? Is that question number one, and I would love you guys to answer this. Question number one. After what happened last night, and I gotta agree, it doesn't matter how it happened, it happened. Wilder hit him with a jab, hit him with a shot, landed back here. He never recovered. Was it a behind the head shot? Yes. But that's up to the referee to say something. He never recovered. And since he never recovered, he went 4 more rounds of torture. Of torture. I mean, it was torture. Here's the question. This is the question that I don't have the answer to. I give you my opinion. I don't have the answer. Deontay Wilder has 30 days until, what's today's date? The 23rd? Probably until, oh, there it is. My boy Dilo 4 Box said no smack. Okay. The vestibular system controls the balance. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that. All right, in the building, the one, the only Dilo 4 Boxing. Let's get it. Lola, do your thing, guys. So, Lola still thinks she's in Vegas. I didn't know that, man. Was it vestibular? Okay. I got to look that up. Listen, man, I had to talk Lola into doing this. Don't she look good? All right. Here we go. Hold on. That girl you put up was sleeping on the job. Yeah. Yeah, she was sleeping. Yeah, she was sleeping. She back now. All right, here we go, guys. Should Wilder activate his rematch clause? He took a lot of fights back-to-back, man. A lot of back-to-back fights. Brazil, Ortiz, Fury, all back-to-back. And if he takes the rematch, most likely that there was, what was the rumor? In June? Was that the rumor? So we're talking about February, March, April, May, June? Question is, low-key, what's happening? Should Deontay Wilder take the rematch? Fury came in bigger, stronger. And guys, while you guys think about that, I'm going to touch on the corner and things and other things. While you guys let me know if he should take the rematch or should say, you know what? No. Back-to-back losses. Maybe I need to become completely physically healthy and completely mentally healthy. That's up to you. But remember, guys, I may not compete no more fighting. I still have a fighter's mindset. I have a coach's mindset. So I'm in that in-between world. I'm in an in-between world where I can kind of relate to both. But sooner it's going to completely be going from fighting just to coaching and giving you boxing because it's work. Take the rematch and get the bag. Okay, that's one. Here we go. I think Deontay Wilder should follow the footsteps, different, not the same, but different, like Joshua and Fury. Let me explain. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is T-Dub. When Joshua got beat, bags, everybody was screaming, don't take the fight. Don't take the fight. Take some tune-ups. Fuck the titles, right? Everybody's screaming that. Don't take the fight. T-Dub said this. T-Dub said he don't have a choice. If Joshua did not take that rematch, he'd have lost any chance of getting them titles. PBC would have had full control. All titles would have been in America. All titles, heavyweight-wise. So he went and sought help with all the boxing guys he knew. Reinvented himself, came out like a new man. Fought a new style. A style that many of us didn't believe that Joshua could do. Tyson Fury, even though Tyson Fury did not lose, observing stuff in the building was blazing, homie. America's what's going on? American Monster. What's up, family? Even though Tyson Fury did not lose the first fight with Wilder, every time Fury spoke about that fight, he looked at that fight as being a draw. Tyson Fury never said the first fight was just a draw. Every now and then he would say, I'm undefeated, he undefeated, but when he talked personally, he says, I didn't win that fight. A draw to me is a loss. He made every change that was ever made. He stopped drinking Diet Coke, going to sleep at a certain time, hired a chef, fired his old trainer, hired a new trainer, and guys, I know why he did it now. I mean, even though he said it, and going back and listening to videos, it made perfect sense. When I going back and watching Ben Davis telling Tyson Fury not to use this hand. You can just beat him with this hand. You can just beat him with the left hand. Be cautious with this one. Don't use this one as much. Ben Davis was teaching Tyson Fury to fight a safe, cautious fight. And Fury said this, I fought, I didn't win. I didn't win because I fought a cautious fight. Up until that point, it won. But he fought a fight and he did not lose because the decision could have went the other way. They could have gave it to Wilder and it would have been a loss. But he treated that draw like it was a loss. And he changed everything. Everything. He went to a coach that can say, listen, I'm 250 some fucking pounds. I gotta just have power alone. I can just pick my arm up and let it fall. I got power. Listen, T-Dub got power. You gotta have power alone being that big. Went to the Crunk Gym. Tyson Fury told us everything he was going to do. I'm going to get bigger, stronger. I'm going to bully the bully. I'm going to knock him out in 2 rounds. I predicted what Fury would do. I said he's going to come in, get past the 2, get inside, and make it a rough and tumble fight. Fury was get inside, hitting Wilder with uppercuts, overhand shots, charging Wilder. He did exactly. The only thing I did not take in counter was the back of the head shots. I didn't think about that. But when he done it and the fight was over, it instantly made me think about Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. Because when Joshua fought Andy, the way that Andy hurt him, remember, if you're going to get a man out of there in 2 rounds, you got to have a lot. Listen, you just can't be throwing regular punches. Now, if you were Deontay Wilder, at that time, you can say 2 rounds. Tyson Fury, you're not saying that. Not with straight line shots and left and right hooks. You got to do something different. Andy Ruiz was not known as being a power puncher. But if you hit the man in the right spot, the sweet spot, it changes everything. Think about, matter of fact, I'm going to go back to that spot. Think about how, Mad Dog H, what's cracking, homie? Think about how Wilder failed. Think about how he failed. I'm going to go back to it. What's that? Let me see. Tell me. Dang. It's not the one I was looking at. All right, I can't find it right now. I must have lost it. All right, guys, let's go back to the chat. Uh-oh. You know what? If this mouse was hooked up to this, all right, here we go. AJ came out like Chris Bird 2.0. Back to the question, guys. If you're watching this, here's the question at hand. Should Wilder take the rematch next? If he do not, back up the rankings into a sanctioned body. before he can get a title shot against whoever holds the title at that time? Or should he take the rematch now? After going through a mental, listen, this just wasn't a physical beatdown, it was a mental beatdown. A mental beatdown with a physical destruction. He caused a lot of damage that's going to sideline you for a while before you can even work out. What do you think, man? What do you think? Trigger Happy J says, even though AJ ain't shit, ran all night long just to get his belts back. He did what he had to do. Did I like his performance? No. Did he show me something new that he could move and box? Yes. Should he be more aggressive than what he was? Yes. The end results, got his belts. Remember, Fury did what he had to do. See, remember, Fury first time was to be a stick and mover. He said it. It was to hit and not to get hit. So he did the complete opposite. He went forward. Ben Davis was a defensive fighter. Crunk Jim was an offensive fighter. And they had the best. See, when you can have a fighter like Tyson Fury who can think, move, box, and he can learn. Listen, if you have a fighter that can learn, you can go a long ways, guys. Let me get to it. Mad Dog H, well, they are saying that Wilder did not go to the hospital and is okay. So yeah, take the third fight. But if Wilder is hurt, nothing wrong with taking time off. Okay. I gotta get some water. Hold on, guys. Let me get some water. Lola, do your thing. Back. That quick. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. The winner of AJ versus Fury can fight Joshua. You mean the winner of Wilder versus Fury can fight Joshua? That's what myself said. Jay, what? I'm sorry, I meant Wilder. Hey, you confused me too, bro. Mad Dog 8 says Fury trainer had a perfect plan and he used his way perfectly. Listen, man, Wilder is always dangerous in a fight, but the moment his equilibrium was knocked off, he was done. Me as a fighter, right, or not even a fighter, but as a fan of Wilder, I'm like, come on, man, pull it through, Wilder. You got the least. See, Wilder has a puncher's chance, so pull to me like, come on. Now don't stop it. Yeah, come on. He just got to see if he can regain his composure, right? That's me, right? You know, I'm a fan of Wilder. I want to see him bounce back. You know, I don't want to see him meet that level of demise that happened. I'm like, come on, right? Bob was like, no, it's over. It should stop it. Now, was the stoppage right? Yes, it was. As a fan and a supporter, you're like, no, let him fight. If he just lands one, right? See, because remember, this is hope. I'm talking out of hope and just feeling that if he can do it. But here's a man that is off. He looks tired. He looks off balance. And he's fought a Fury that hasn't shown any sign of fatigue. None. It was a good stoppage. Here's why. I know Wilder says that, why you stop it? Let me go out on my shield. I think about this. Fighters died last year. Some of them wasn't even trying to go out on their shield. And they died. If Wilder would have continued, even if he would have made it to the 12 rounds, he would have took so much punishment that It could have destroyed him as a fighter. It could have destroyed him as a person. Possibly could have lost his life. Now, maybe I'm going over. I'm just saying. You got a 273-pound man beating on a man that equilibrium is completely off. He's defenseless. He's pulling back like this with his head up, getting hit with shots. He can't block shots. He's backing up. He's a warrior. Don't get me wrong. He's a warrior. But he's a warrior that has something to affect him that stopped him from being the dangerous Wilder. Now, if Wilder was just hit with a buzzing shot and he was able to recover, cool. He was hit with a shot like Anthony Joshua was and never could recover. But here's what needs to happen. Let's get down to it. Here's what needs to happen. Wilder needs to clean camp with his trainers. Remain friends, just like I said in the beginning. Wilder needs to look and maybe learn from Joshua and Fury. If you want a different result, you have to do different things. And right now, I'm not knocking his current trainers because they got him 42 wins, 41 knockouts. They got him that. Something that can never be taken away. They got him that. But he needs somebody to teach him something that he hasn't learned. And maybe I'm not the one that can say what it is, but obviously it's something. In 42 fights, we see what they put together. A destructive powerhouse of a machine with a right hand. Now he needs coaches to develop more. If he stayed with the same coaches, I don't know. He can still knock out a lot of people. Listen, Wilder is still dangerous, guys. He got hit with a shot that eliminated him ever to be able to throw that right hand. And hitting Fury with that right hand is already difficult because he rolls everything. When you throw a shot at Fury, he's doing this. He's rolling it. It's hard catching him clean. It's hard. Like a woman that has roaches in her house, it's hard catching them clean. Let's get to it, man. There's too much craziness can happen in boxing. Wilder got to go back into the rematch ASAP. I'm in AJ. Okay, got you. Fury mind games is no joke. Hello, listening while I do some work. Guys, listen. Check out my boy Al, Red Sox fan, is in the building. The one, the only. He allowed me to participate in this chat last night, guys. They were talking about the fight as well. Go check out my boy Al, Red Sox fan. Just reached over 1,000 subscribers. Al, Red Sox fan, turn on your super chats, bro. Don Dada in the building. What's blazing, homie? Let's talk about it. Observer Stuff says he couldn't walk properly, and I saw him throw a punch that pushed himself back. Listen, you can tell that Wilder equilibrium was off when Fury hit him with a jab to the body and he fell. He didn't have balance. This is just the truth. Deontay Wilder was out there fighting on heart. He was fighting on spirit because physically he was gone. When he got hit with a shot kind of right here, think about the way he fell, right? He fell like, I got to find it again. I'm going to show you again. He felt like he got hit, then like, oh. And even when Wilder threw up, when he stood up, he looked like basically, you know what, he got hit at. But he never recovered from that shot. And Fury never allowed him to recover because he kept throwing shots at that spot, keeping Wilder in that buzz land, that off my rocker. I'm just a little bit tilted to the right. I'm not center land. It was a good stoppage. I would hate it to see it continue and something happened bad. Because he had no defense. And then when he put up defense and Fury threw punches at it, it just went away. He was fighting on heart. He is a warrior. There was 2 kings in there tonight, and 1 king won. That's how it happened. Fury was a king. Wilder was a king. They both came in the ring with some type of crown on their head, and one walked away with all of them. Should he do the rematch next? Ty, what's going on? Ty Burnham. Fury should fight Usyk or Kanowski next, and Wilder versus White or Ruiz Jr. White, believe it or not, White is in line to fight Fury. White has a mandatory that's going to be called next year. White, if Fury is still the champion, assuming that Wilder doesn't do a rematch and fight him and win, Wilder has to activate his rematch. He has 30 days. He has to heal, recover, train, and win. If he do all those things, then Wilder will fight Dillian Whyte 2021. If he does not, Fury has a date at some time with White in 2021. Champ Box in the building, and Wilder is old now to learn. He's too. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I agree with the stoppage. Was good, yes. The thing is, the only person that can beat a knockout artist besides another knockout artist is an overall better boxer. He has to be a really good. He has to be like a Fury type of boxer, somebody who don't take much punishment, really good at head movement, speed, and angles. That's Fury. Remember, I said this. In my opinion, I thought Deontay Wilder and Fury beats Anthony Joshua. No disrespect to Joshua, just my thoughts. I thought the best matchup for Wilder that can beat Wilder is Fury. Guys, you hear me say this time after time. It's like when I tell my kid, time after time, I tell you, pick up your shoes, put them in the closet. You hear me say this time after time. Fury is the best matchup for Wilder. Wilder is the best matchup for Fury. That's what it was. Because Joshua doesn't box as good as Fury. When you have a boxer versus boxer, you got to go with the better boxer. When you have Marquez versus Mayweather, you have to go with Mayweather. The reason Marquez and Pacquiao was so good, because you had the perfect offensive fighter against a perfect defensive fighter. Wilder, great offensive fighter with that thunderous right hand. Fury, great offensive fighter with just using overall great boxing ability, moving, jabbing, speed, techniques, countering. Up until yesterday, Wilder has always had something called, some people call it an equalizer. I call it a beyond equalizer because it doesn't equal things. It erases everything and puts you to the head of the line, to the finish line, you win. It doesn't equal it out. When he fought Ortiz, it didn't equal it out to 6 rounds. No, it stopped Ortiz, erased what he done, and put Wilder to the finish line. It didn't do it yesterday. It didn't do it. If Wilder gets a new trainer, then he should fight Martin just to see how it goes. And then the third fight, Martin said he's not going to fight him. George Martin said, why would I fight Wilder for nothing, no belts, when I am in a good spot to fight for a title? George Martin beat Gerald Washington yesterday for an IBF eliminator. Right now, Pulev is the person that holds that number 1 spot. He's going to fight Joshua. And if Joshua beats him, or no matter who wins, what's his name? Charles Martin, it's going to be the new IBF mandatory at some point. I think this fight may have given Joshua some courage. Bro, I don't know, man. Well, maybe courage to fight Wilder, but not to fight Fury. Don Dada, I would have to let him keep going. Or I would have let him keep going. Bro, listen. The Wilder fan in me, the supporter in me, because I support him, wanted to see him fight. Wanted to see him like, come on, that's me. That's me. But the coach in me, I'm looking at my fighter who hasn't recovered, who round after round comes out on shaky legs. The moment he get it from his stool, he threw a punch and fell himself. Matter of fact, he ducked a punch and fell. Guys, his equilibrium was off. Fury swung, Wilder ducked, tumbled and fell. As much as I did not want to see Wilder lose, and I promise you I didn't. I promise you. I wanted to see him beat Fury and go on to fight Joshua. I bet 3 people money on Wilder yesterday. And I lost money. But I'm still going to say right now, I'm not mad at that stoppage. I'm not mad. Because at least the damage stopped. It stopped. He wasn't winning any of those rounds. He wasn't landing any really good significant punches. His power has diminished. And he's bleeding from here. This was swollen, bleeding from here, and continuing to take hits. He was in the corner when his corner stopped it, getting hit in the corner. Boom, 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 boom. He needed a reset. Tito, what can a boxer do once their balance is gone? Those lucky punches? Bro, it's a matter of time. At that point, you only have a puncher's chance, and it's very slim. If your equilibrium is off like that, and listen, think about this. If Wilder was fighting somebody like, I don't know. I don't know. If his equilibrium was off and he fought Charles Morton because he was off like that, listen, guys, look how Wilder reacted. He looked fatigued. His balance was gone. He didn't have power. The shots he threw were just off of instincts. He was just, I just got to keep fighting. I just got to keep fighting. Honestly, man, his corner did the right thing. This is what they did. When it first happened, they gave him actually more rounds than they could have. But they gave him 4 more rounds to change it around. 4 more rounds. He got hurt in the 3rd. Never recovered. Punishment in the 4th. Punishment in the 5th. Punishment in the 6th. Punishment in the 7th. But what Bruce say? Bruce, if you have contact with Wilder, have him contact this email. Can you get the right trainer? I can't do that, bro. Observing Sir Bruce, we don't know that man. Nope, I don't know him. Well, I do know people that know Wilder, but I'm not going to give him an email. Remember, I am pretty good friends with one of his sparring partners that's been in his camp for maybe the last 3 or 4 years. So I do have connection. Do I know Wilder personally? No. Do I have connections to know him? Yes. The Night King. The Night King says, this was sad to watch. Wilder was in a state of desperate from the 2nd round until the end. Felt bad for him. Glad I don't gamble. I would have lost a lot of dough. I lost a little money for sure. Yeah, man, you're right. He was in a state of desperation, and there was a matter of time. Real talk in the building, guys. Real talk came in this thing yesterday and lit it on fire. Oh my God! Listen, Guys, I have to make Lola dance. There was somebody that did not super chat, but they hit something that is more preferred but not often hit. They hit my what was it? My Cash App. Southern Girl '08 came into my Cash App last night and she threw 25 smackaroos to see Lola do her thing and to keep that fire going. So this right here, guys, listen. Southern Girl '08, if you're out there and you watch this live or whenever, this is for you. Thank you for coming through. I apologize for not seeing it. My phone didn't go off, but I did see the Cash App notification. Southern Girl came through and slapped 25s. I want to see Lola. All I want to do is, you know what I'm saying? But thank you. Thank you very much. Real talk. Fury said he spent 2 weeks on the around the guard shots. Wilder never saw it coming. It throws you off balance and takes the power away. More fighters will start using it. We'll talk about that. I think there's should certainly be a rematch. If Wilder had this balance, it would have happened like that. Let's talk about it. My boy Zorro in the building says Fury fought dirty as F. If Joseph Parker tried that on AJ during their fight, that would have been disqualified. You know what? I was very shocked that Kenny Bayless didn't say much about getting hit behind the head. Fury threw a lot of blows. Listen, it's up to the referee to stop it, right? As the fans, we say we want, but it's up to the referee to actually stop it. And I was shocked how Kenny Bayless allowed it to go so long. Remember, by the time he said anything, the damage was done, right? By the time Kenny Bayless said something to Tyson Fury and talking about taking points, the damage was done. Listen, Wilder could not recover. He was in daze land ever since that donkey punch. Zeus Boats, Wilder lost. Now I want to see AJ versus Fury. It's a good matchup. Trigger Happy J, 25 smackaroos. Nice. Listen, Lola got to come out again today. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what should happen next. Now we know what happened, how it happened, what should happen next. Now, there's a lot of people out here that are not fighters or trainers, and they're only speaking with their feelings, and they're telling you what they feel, right? Nobody is wrong because feelings is feelings, so you're not wrong. But me as a fighter, right, this is not the type of thing that's going to sit with Wilder well. Wilder is not the type of fighter that's going to say, I want to sit back. I'm not going to do the rematch clause. Have a couple tune-up fights. It's not going to do that. Now, if they try to make the fight happen soon, if they try to make the fight happen within 3 months, then they may be forced to do that. In the building, the one, the only Strap Book Boxing. What's up, homie? Royal Bloodline, what's going on? Winner Fight Fury. Frank West in the building, what's blazing, homie? All right. When it's come to the rematch, if Wilder has enough time to heal and train, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. You know what? Here, this is going to answer it. If Wilder should take the rematch immediately under these conditions, first, change your team. Change. I don't want you to get mad at me. I'm not trying to say anything bad about them. They got you 42 wins, 41 knockouts. But there's so many little things that are missing in your arsenal that you should have. Many. Now, Real Talk said that Fury walked around punching around the gloves, right? Punching around the gloves, right? You honestly, there's a couple ways you can beat that off top. I'm not saying, well, not even just beat it, but defend it off top. See, his trainers didn't really, in my opinion, teach him the proper defense. When Wilder goes into defensive mode, this is it. This is it. Which is why Fury started going around. Well, T-Dub, with your smart ass, Mr. Know-It-All, how do you defend it? How do you defend it? Okay. One, never take your eye off the target. I don't care how you are. Never take your eye off the target. Two, learn how to block the shots. How? He throws a right hook. Left hook. All day. Block. Well, what if he can't get his hands up right there? Then roll your head. He throws a right hook. Roll. Left hook. Roll. Whoa, if I can roll the shot, I can come back with a shot. If I can roll the shot, come back with a shot. If I can catch a shot, come back with a shot. If I can catch a shot, come back with a shot. But this is what you cannot do. You cannot just block like this. And you can never lean back like this. They have relied on his power for a long time, and it's God-gifted. No matter what happened yesterday, it doesn't erase everything he done before then. He has God-gifted power. Joshua did not have too much pride to change up things. Fury did not have too much pride to change up things. Wilder should not have too much pride to change up things. I don't know who's the best coach. But honestly, you're only going to get two versions of Fury. And Wilder saw both of them. Either he's going to box you from a distance or he's going to put pressure on you. The most effective thing Fury can do is what he did last night, put pressure. You need to learn how to deal with it and how to see opportunities when it presents itself. See, I might not be a high class trainer who gets millions of dollars, but I can tell you one thing, I can fight. I can fight. I got back-to-back rounds today. I can fight. Don't get it twisted. I'm a jokester. I tell a lot of jokes because I'm a happy spirit. I'm a jokester. So I like to tell my boxing and see what I can come up with quick on the fly. But now, there's some shots you can block. The shots you can block, the downward straight donkey punches here, and if they reach around your guard and punch you back here. Those shots you cannot really block. The referee needs to do his or her job. Can't really block this, can't really block that. If you're lucky, you can move out the way, but you can't really block it. Deontay Wilder should take the rematch next if he change his trainers or bring in a different head trainer and other people and keep his same camp but modify it. He needs to make adjustments. If they are more like a family and he just can't fire them, Cool, but you gotta add something to it. A lot of times we live by that motto: if it's not broke, don't fix it. But time shows us that everything changes. A 1974 wasn't broken, but they came out with a 75. They came out with an 85. They came out with an 05. They came out with a 2020. You have to modify and get better. If you are growing slow, you have to modify and get better to grow faster. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's my opinion. Let's see. Frank West said, "What's blazing? Y'all, what's cracking?" Teofimo said his fight, Lomo, May 30th. Bro, I'm on that. Where did Fury come from with that? Shh. Wilder not used to getting swung back on. Bob and Weave. Wilder not out of the whoop mic. What's that? Wilder. Oh no, my fault. Wilder could not whooped Mike. Down, hit that like button. Facts. All right, smash. Hit the like button. Jeez. 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 It's right there. It's right there. You listening to me? Hit it. I won't even see you do it. But you listen, you'll make a big dent in my day by hitting the like. And I won't even see you do it. Smash the like button. Let's talk about it. Wilder can do it, and it would be great. Honestly, it would be a movie. It'd be one of the best based on a true story movies ever. We all cherish people that go through this. We watch movies that go through this. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. We don't watch movies that go through this. A matter of fact, did you guys watch Creed 2? What happened in Creed 2? Creed got beat, came back, and won. Yo, you laughed, your boy T-Dub was blazing the sports. Who's calling? Let's talk about it.
It's Don Dollar, bro.
Don Dollar, what's going on, homie? Oh my gosh. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man, this is one of the most disappointing, heartfelt, fights I done had to try to deal with, bro. I mean, to me, it probably like the last closest I would say was Roy Jones when he was with Tarver. Man, something about those rematches, man. When you squeak by, it's like you almost should just go ahead and do something else and not look back, because the more you looking over your shoulder, the more they gaining on you.
Yeah. Yeah, Don Dollar.
And that's what
Keep going, champ.
Okay. Hey, first of all, man, I want to say, man, great job, man, for you, calling the fight, man. I seen, all the people up in here, we still even got trolls up in here today. They had to be dealt with, but they can catch that bomb squad, till this day and every other day they come up in here clowning like that.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I want to say, man, great job by you.
Thank you.
And the little homie co-host, man, you know what I'm saying? I just thought that was, appreciated, man.
Yeah.
And even coming back today, bro. I want to salute you for that, man, because, you putting in the time and the work. You obviously got the knowledge and the love for it.
Right.
So, I just want to say thank you for that. But, man, it's rough, bro. I mean, I've not watched it a second time yet where I just totally zeroed in and try to pick everything apart. But from what I've seen, though, man, I mean, tell me the truth. And it's not just this fight. It seems like it's, on a Thursday or Friday or really like the last time that the fighters get together and they talk, it seems like the guy that tries to win the press conference loses the fight. Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. He said, if I lose, I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to crucify Pacquiao. He's going to ring. You know what I mean? It's over with. Andy Ruiz and Joshua. First fight, he's posing with the belts. go in the ring, you know. So it really seems like, you know, you have to, I mean, man, because Fury was calm, you know what I mean? He was relaxed before the fight, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wilder was, almost, just like, man, he just paced the man where he couldn't wait to get out there. And, you know, and that probably, you know, in my opinion, could have left some rounds or minutes or, you know, those 2 seconds that I needed. He could have made, you know, and that's the thing, though, is that he just had a Ortiz fight not that long ago, right?
Right. Yeah, he took a couple back-to-back fights.
Right, and see, and that's the thing is like when he fought
Brazil, Ortiz, and Fury all back-to-back-to-back.
Right, but when he was at now the Wilder that fought Brazil, I think would have beat that Ortiz easier and this Fury that he had. But this Fury was a rough and tough guy, man. I mean, I tell you the truth, you know, that's the thing, man. When we have to start saying, you know, that guy was too rough or too dirty for our fighter, man, I mean, you know, in boxing, man, I mean, you know, the thing is you can't count on the ref. The fighter himself has to, what they call that, self-policing. You know what I mean? It's the unwritten rules of boxing. If the guy hits you or do something dirty to you, you have to retaliate right then and there, even if it costs you a point. You know, even I mean, in my opinion.
You know what, Don Dollar? Honestly, after that shot, he couldn't recover, man. Like after that first shot that landed in the back of the head and dropped Wilder, he never was the same. Remember, the first 2 rounds, Wilder didn't do bad. Obviously, you can even argue he won the first 2 rounds. In the 3rd round, when Fury did to Wilder what Wilder did to Brazil, as soon as the referee broke them up and stepped out the way, and Fury saw it was clear, he came in with a fast 2 shots. Fury threw a jab, and then he threw the right hand that hit in the back of the head. And even you can see how Wilder fell. It wasn't like a knockdown. It was kind of like his balance, like his equilibrium was knocked off, and he left his feet. And the way he stood up, looking at the ref like, damn, he let him hit him back of the head. But he wasn't the same. Like, remember, from that point on, he was fighting like a fatigued fighter that was on survival mode, but was fighting off a heart. The fight was already over, to be honest. He just fought off a heart and made it 4 more rounds.
Right, and that's my point, though. And that's why I said that it should have, I wouldn't let it kept going. I'm not going to say it should have kept going. I'm saying I would have let it kept going. For the simple fact that, like you said, it was down to his heart. And I tell you, and you notice, man, in boxing, and it doesn't always happen because, like you said, there's also tragedy. But it's that moment of when you in that dog fight, how you're able to respond. If you're able to respond. I mean, now, okay, answer me this one now. When Corrales and who was the guy, man, that he was fighting with? Now, I think it's the same guy, Castillo. Okay, when Diego Corrales and Castillo fought, and Castillo was beating that guy, had him bleeding in the mouth, and he went back to the corner, and his trainer told him, "Hey, you got to do it right now. You know what I mean? If you don't have it in you right now and let it out, it's over." And he went out there and he, where the referee stopped it in his favor. So that's why I'm kind of saying that, Wilder probably, in my opinion, I think if he thought that he could still fight, I would have tried to let him still fight. But now it was different though for an eye and an ear as far as the ringside position goes. Because if you have an eye, it seems like the doctor would be in there checking it like it's no problem.
But listen, they gave Wilder. I think the corners, the doctors, the ref, they were letting Wilder fight. But if you look at that fight honestly, damn near mirrored Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. I mean, almost
That's a good
mirror.
call, bro.
Uh,
That's a good call right there.
think about it. What happened in the third round versus Andy and Joshua? Andy hit him with a right hook that hit in the back of the ear head port, and Joshua was never able to recover. His corner admitted he had a concussion. Wilder get hits with a 1-2 in the same round, where the right hand hits the back of the head. See, that's why in boxing, hitting someone in the back of the head is illegal. Now, it does happen sometimes. It's not saying it's on purpose, because sometimes you roll and you move and things can happen. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not. But that shot, bro, like listen, it literally knocks your whole equilibrium off. It's very hard to recover from. Joshua got hit in the third round, struggled. Remember, he didn't look the same after that. After the third round, he did the same. He got beat down. He got put down 2 more times in the 7th round, and then they stopped it. And then what happened with Wilder? Wilder got dropped twice. You can tell his equilibrium was off when Fury hit him with a jab to the body, and he fell. He had no balance, man. Right, I mean, because he fought with heart.
He still had more fighting. I mean, because the referee gave AJ an opportunity to continue. Now, that's the only difference.
They responded different, but the same result. AJ knew that that wasn't his night. He realized that whatever was going on with his body, he couldn't recover. In my opinion, he wanted a way out. Wilder could not recover, was not recovering, was not getting better, but he had a die mentality. He had, I'm going to have to die in this ring, because he fought back, he punched back even to the end. But remember, yes, they responded different, but the results was the same. They both were stopped in the 7th round. They both were hurt in the 3rd round. So everybody was saying that Joshua should not fight the immediate rematch, should go on and do this, should go on and do that. Joshua made the right adjustments. Fury treated a draw like it was a loss, went back to the drawing board, fired everybody, got a clean slate, and made the adjustments. Wilder needs to do the same thing. Make adjustments, get rid of your team, forget this old dog can't learn new tricks. You can. And he needs, if you can't teach an old dog new tricks, then nobody would never fire a trainer. Fury would have never fired his trainer. Josh would have never brought in new people. And people are saying it about Wilder. It's only trying to say Wilder is simple-minded, and that's just BS. You can learn. He needs to get people that can help elevate his game and take it from the stagnant level it is now and elevate it. Joshua showed immediate changes in the rematch. Fury showed immediate changes, and I believe Wilder can do the same thing.
Okay, so now, first, I just got a couple things I want to ask you. And you think about this one for a second, but who would you replace him with? And what do you think the percentage is of him actually going through? Because I think that he might be loyal to a fault. Now, I want to ask you also, real quick, if I could, man, about this guy licking his blood off of him. Have you ever seen that before?
I'm be honest, bro. That's like almost like some synthetic type of shit, bro. That's some, bro. Listen,
You could point for that. I'm like, man,
bro. And Kenny Baylor was right there looking at it. To me, bro, that's where it's disgusting. It's like he's bleeding the blood all on him, and you hug him to him, and you flick your tongue on his neck to taste his blood, man. That's some vampires. Santana, I don't know, bro. Maybe he want to follow through with his words and say I want to taste his blood. But either way, some things you say and some things you just leave it as saying and not actually doing. I thought it was weird and nasty.
It was sick, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, now I wanted to ask you also about the ref right now. Do you think that the ref in the Marvin fight would have been a better guy than Baylor's?
I don't know, man. Different fighters. See, the thing is,
now, what was that guy name that did the Martin fight?
That was Tony Winks, I think. I think it was Tony Winks.
Okay, yeah. I think he's one of the better referees. He's still
Tony Wink's a good ref. But they both have been good refs in their time. I've seen them both ref for years. But listen, you don't know how it's going to happen when it's happened. And to be honest, like I said, the first 2 rounds, it was what it was. It was one shot that changed. It was one shot that after that shot landed, that big right hand from Wilder wasn't going to be there no more. Once your equilibrium off, how can you throw a balanced shot with no balance? He fell from a jab.
Yeah, he did, and I can't disagree with that. But now here's my point with the ref, though, is he had to push around 500 pounds for 36 minutes. Which ref do you think is more qualified to do that?
They both small though, man. You need the fighters to obey the ref, but there's not too many refs that can match them guys' size. 1 273, 1 231. Tony Winks is a little bit heavier, but I don't know how big Tony Winks is.
And see, and that's all. I don't know. I was just kind of doing that. But now let me ask you this. So with Wilder being 35, how much time does he have left? I mean, do you see him fighting till 37, 45? Because for me, if he's not going to go and be one face, one name, one champion, then it's something different. So I just wanted to know if you thought he had enough time, because they're gonna make him go a long road again. You know what I mean? It's like they're not gonna give him an immediate rematch. He might not get a real fight for 3 years, in my opinion. But I thank you very much, man, for letting me get on, man. I want to thank everybody in the chat, man, who's holding it down. And T-Dub, keep what's blazing going on. And Miss Lola, we're going to holler at you when we see you back out there. Thanks, T-Dub.
All right, Jeff, thank you. All right, I'm going to answer that question, guys. When you talk about age, it really depends on the fighter. The fighters age differently. Sometimes it depends on your style and the wear and tear that you took onto your body. If you haven't taken a lot of damage in your body, you can go a little bit longer. If you're more defensive minded, being able to slip shot, you can go a little bit longer. Even without that, it just depends on your body. People like Floyd Mayweather, even Bernard Hopkins, was able to operate into their later years. But then there's some fighters, once they hit 31, 32, 33, 34, they're done. So it's hard to say what's a good time for Wilder because I don't know his body. He doesn't really have time for the long road, to be honest. If he has to go the long road, then I don't think he has time for it. I just don't think he has time for it. I think if he doesn't take the immediate rematch, he can have one fight, maybe 2 max, but then he has to be right back in there in the championship fight. He doesn't have time for that. He needs his team to be working on things, working on game plans. They need to make immediate adjustments because he lost. Whatever plan they had before, erase it. Everything starts from scratch. Need a new plan to regain, to move forward. That may be with a rematch against against Tyson Fury, or that may be a decision to not rematch. Let's take it slow, get a new trainer, and rebuild. And that's the thing that's a chance you take. See, Fury went to the Crunk Gym and people was questioning, could he make enough difference in a time frame? A lot of times you do need time with a fighter to be able to make significant changes. Fury believed he did, Crunk Gym believed he did, and they did. Sugar Hill did an amazing job. They did exactly what they said they were going to do. And I take my hats off. Looks like AD is in the building talking what he said. The back of the head punch is one of the favorite punches. Remember, guys, the back of the head punch is an illegal punch. Do people do it? Yes. Andy did it to Joshua. Do it. Sometimes it's on purpose. Sometimes it's on accident. But the fact is, when the back of the head punch land, it messes you up. If you get hit in the chin or the head and go down, in a round or two, you can survive, you can recover. But it's something about this, something about getting hit with this that knocks your whole equilibrium off to where you just can't get right. Listen, honestly, Wilder was in there probably, most likely, I could be wrong, fighting with a busted eardrum, an instant concussion, and fighting on survival. He fought out hard. Listen, even if you don't like Wilder, you have to like the fighter in him. As many fighters we've seen quit, as many fighters that could have won fights and let up. This is one fighter that honestly, as a Wilder fan, wasn't happy to see. It wasn't good to see. It was, sad because you support that person. If you Joshua fans knew how it felt seeing Joshua get beat, do you know what I mean? But the one thing you know is you never give up on your guy. You support him, right? You be there. You cheer him on. You want to see him back. Should he retire? No. No. Because one man beat you. One man, you should retire. People that say this don't know anything about boxing. People that say he should retire are people that only talk about it and never been about it. They never did these. They only talking about what they would do for real. They're talking about them. Oh, yeah, we know. That's why you never fall. That's why you never fall. I get it. He should retire. Of course you would say that. Because you never fought before. I get it. It's plain to see. What he showed out there was standing, getting up, fighting. You see him in his corner looking dazed, but trying to listen to his trainers, right? His coach is telling him something. He's bleeding, and you see Wilder shaking his head like, okay, I'm going to do that. Okay. He's trying, but when he goes out there, his legs are still gone. His balance is still gone. It's like taking 3 shots of tequila, spinning your head around on a bed, and then say, okay, walk to me. Walk to me. Take 3 shots of Patron or 1800, spin on the bed, and now walk to me. Now fight me. That guy showed bravery that a lot of people won't be in that position to do, and those that were in that position didn't. If he is somehow able to recover, I would suggest training. Trainers, if your loyalty say keep your trainers, I would suggest bring in more trainers. Bring in trainers to help you learn the things you don't know. Keep the ones, if you want to rehearse the things you already know, but bring in trainers to teach you things you don't know. You want to learn what you don't know. This would be the comeback story of the year. This would be a real life, better version of a Creed, of a Rocky, of a Southpaw. Any of those movies. The guy started training around 19 years old, working normal job, even serving, I believe. 19. Picked up, made into a heavyweight, rushed him along, went to the Olympics. Somehow he got bronze. Now he's pro. Similar to Happy Gilmore, his fundamentals was lacking because he took up boxing late and he was rushed. But he has something you couldn't teach. A right hand that will break most men down to their knees. And it won it for him. Night after night. It bailed him out of jail. He get in trouble, bailed him out. Didn't get in trouble, clocked him out. Sparked him out. And then he fought one man that he couldn't spark out, and it was a draw. That man he fought, went back, made every adjustment possible. Stopped drinking Diet Coke. Fury started sleeping at certain hours. When a man do this, honestly, you know he's taking it fucking serious. Stop drinking Diet Coke, sleeping, new trainer, eating, hired dietitian, blah, blah, blah. Fury actually did what I'm telling Wilder to do. He went and got people to teach him something he don't know. And as good of a boxer that Fury was, people gave him credit for being the best heavyweight boxer already. But he knew there were things he didn't know. Because when he fought Wilder and he ended with a draw, he treated that draw like a loss. And he realized that even though that's a draw, I don't want to be in a fight that tough again. I want to win convincingly. Wilder needs to make those changes. If he makes those changes, dedicate day in, day out to that sport of boxing. Working on the things. See, he don't even need to work on the 1-2 no more. The 1-2 is so easy. It's like riding a bike. It's easy. It's easy. You need to work on things defensively, fundamentally, and even create more creative ways to get that 2 out instead of just a standard pop, pop. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on this. I'm going to probably give you guys about 5 more minutes. You want to call in. The number is 314-884-1013. If you are not in the USA, you can call me on Skype. Look up What's Blazing. I think it's What's Blazing. WHTSBLAZING. I think so. Look it up. What's Blazing or What's Blazing Sports. Look it up. Let's talk about it. But listen, Fury did what he said. Everything he said, he did. He proved it. He proved it. He not only won, he put an exclamation point on it. He proved it. We'll see what happens goes here for Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder needs to get well. His family is already doing what's needed, giving him love, care, support. The fans support you. I support you. You know, my words are just my words. My opinions are my opinions. May agree or disagree. I think you need to change trainers or bring in trainers that you will listen to and be in the gym as if it was day one, learning something new for the first time. Don Dada, I didn't see the 3-punch combo from Wilder last night. He didn't throw a lot, man. It only went, listen, after the second round, that was it. It was a different Fury doing what he told us he was going to do. He told us he was coming forward. Wilder felt like his team didn't prepare him for it. Outside of the double jab, did Wilder fight like his team prepared him for that type of fight? He does need to change trainers. I think his trainers now were yes men. I don't know what they were. I know the trainers were disagreeing with each other. I think Mark threw the towel in. The head trainer said, I told him not to do it. I got to talk to him about it. It sounds like the head trainer is trying to cover himself to still be in good graces with Deontay Wilder. It seemed like he's trying to be like, listen, I wasn't for that. He did. I told him not to do it. If I was Wilder, if you don't want to fire them people, fine. But you have to bring in more people and give them other people a majority of your training time to develop the things you need. Joshua, who is stiff. Joshua was robotic. We are Transformer. More than meet the odds. He was robotic. Everybody talking about if he fought Wilder, his head is coming off. His head is coming off. Everybody said that. I did. What happened when he got his ass stumped by Andy? When he got hit with that donkey punch right here by Andy? He dug deep. He sought help. He found help. Sometimes he asked for it, sometimes it came to him. The fact is, even if you don't like his performance, he made the winning adjustments. And he listened. And he listened. He learned how to move better. Faster jab, more jab, staying off-centered, using angles. He did it. He did it. And even if we don't like the game plan, I think it was a piss-ass game plan that lacked offense, aggressiveness. He did it. Fury, he did it. They both came with game-changing levels of fighting styles the very next fight. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. One of them trainers should go, but find out who. The head trainer should go. AD said the Wilder duck won $20 million. What a bad mistake. Bro, listen, we don't even know what was included. Listen, I don't think that's a bad mistake, bro. I'm being honest. Because Wilder and Fury have a rematch guaranteed. If Wilder takes that fight, it's a stupid amount of money, bro. But Breland actually, when he threw the towel in, he saved Wilder. He saved Wilder. As a fighter, he saved Wilder. Because Wilder was hurt. His equilibrium was off. He couldn't listen. Fury threw a jab to the body. Boom. And Wilder felt like he had no balance, man. He had no balance. Guys, Fury gets 60-40 the next fight. Yeah, he got 60-40 this fight, I believe, too. I believe is it this fight or was it the next fight? I don't remember. Either way, both of them guys, listen, man. Listen, I say this time after time. I never hated Fury. I said Fury and Wilder were number one and number two. They both are great. I called it a 50-50 fight. Even though I picked Wilder to win, I didn't take nothing away from Fury. I recognize what he brought to the table. I'm not dumb. I said this over and over. Before they fought last night, I'm not dumb. I get it. He can fight. You got to pick a winner. Fury can fight, man. 6'9", speed, reach, size. And now he added another wrinkle in his offense. He's a dangerous boy, man. It's a dangerous boy. All right, guys, I'm going to try this. Guys, what is a good time? What's a good time to do a video on Sundays? What do you think? I'm thinking about at least doing an hour. Today I went longer. Man, today I went an hour and 30 minutes. But what's a good time on Sundays to do a video? What's a good time? What do you think, guys? Morning, evenings, afternoons, what do you think? Nights? AJ and Fury 1 and 2, I reckon we will see Undisputed. Let's see it. Listen, if Wilder don't take the rematch, let's see it. Let's see it. Because you know what? At least in our era, possibly this year, we'll get Undisputed. I'm not knocking it. Let's see it. Right now, Fury is number 1. Joshua is number 2. And I still have Wilder as number 3. Because nobody never beat him outside of the number 1 fighter, which is Fury. And to be honest, it's damn near debatable between Wilder and Fury. But you know what? I go with not Wilder and Fury, Wilder and Joshua. I go with Joshua because he still has his belts. Fury number 1, Joshua number 2, Wilder number 3. After Fury beats AJ, I want to see AJ and Wilder fight at some point. They still, listen, they both took a loss now. A lot is off their shoulders, guys. When you're undefeated, is so much pressure to stay undefeated. Now it's gone. Now you can make fights that you wouldn't have made before because you thought it was dangerous, because you thought, whatever you thought. Now it can happen. Well, guys, listen, it's been an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, smash the like button. If you guys got any social media, share it for me. Also, hit the notification bell whenever I'm live. You get this work. My voice is gone. I gave you all of it, guys. I hope you appreciate it. Until the next time, here is What's Blazing in Sports.